Hello, this is Jeff Craig, Superintendent for the West Aurora Schools, and welcome back for another episode of our board recaps. Today we'll be recapping our two board meetings in April, and we'll be beginning with our April 4 board meeting. In our information, the board was presented this next installment of teaching and learning presentations. Olivia Smith, principal of Schneider Elementary, and Jen Bernal, principal of Nicholson Elementary, discussed the literacy residents throughout the elementary world. Also presenting were Michelle Gallus and Abby Leverance, literacy residents, to give an insight on the day in the life of a resident. They work closely with teachers, observing lessons and making reading more fun for students. Additionally, we had Liz Wendell, Executive Director of Secondary, and she presented proposals for resource adoptions at the secondary level. The district is looking at resources for current course offerings, including secondary science classes and 7th grade social studies. The resources will include a mix of text and online support. The board had no further questions during the April 18th meeting, so this will move forward for approval in May. We also had Ryan Abrahamson, Director of Finance. He presented the timeline for the upcoming budget process. He'll be meeting with the department heads to finalize needs and presenting the third quarter treasurer's report, and then by the fall we'll have a hearing for the adoption of the budget for the 22-23 school year. And we had Ana Gonzalez, our Director of Community Affairs, presented an update on the community events occurring throughout the district. There are several events coming up for the spring, including elementary math nights, choir programs, and the high school musical, so be sure to keep an eye out. In our action segment, the board approved replacing class rank with the Latin honor system, beginning with the graduating class of 2024. The board also approved the recommendation for the contract for the track facilities upgrades project to be awarded to the lowest responsive bidder, R.C. Wegman, for a total contract amount not to exceed $2,021,800, including the base bid plus alternate number 1. Now we move into our April 18 board meeting. In the information section, Jeff Hedrick, principal of Goodwin Elementary, and Jana Ream, principal of Freeman Elementary, they both presented on building culture of learning throughout the buildings. They discussed building trust, using exploratory talks to build relationships, and getting students to think more deeply about instruction. And there were no discussion or action items for approval at this meeting. That'll do it for our board recaps for April. Thanks for tuning in, and we look to see you again for our May recap.